make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Hello guys, I hope that is gonna stay. I'm working with a broken ring light. It's all good. But hi, welcome back to our channel. Just me. Again, I feel like I've done a couple videos on my own recently, but I was gonna put this in a vlogmas because I picked up the camera today, started vlogging mid-vlogmas, and then I was like, oh my god, I still haven't done the video that I promised on Instagram that I'd do, but I feel like I'll end up waffling, and it's one of them videos where not everyone's gonna be interested. So Elle's actually away this weekend. She knew I was planning to do this video. We was gonna try and incorporate her somehow, and she was like, you know what, do you, boo? So yeah, the reason I wanted to make this video is because a lot of you knew I was on Roaccutane from me posting it on Instagram. So many people had so many questions, and I feel like when I was at a really bad place with my skin, not knowing what to do, I wish there was more videos like this out there. So even if this video helps a couple of you, this isn't a video to like stunt or anything like that. This is just because a lot of people have asked me. I've been sent a lot of questions. I put up a, what's this thing called, question and answer box, and I got literally hundreds of you wondering. A lot of the questions are very similar, so this video shouldn't take too long. I was actually thinking before I turn the camera on, this could be one of them where you put me on the side. It's like a podcast, just gonna listen. I'm gonna try and talk you through as much as possible. I'm gonna be very transparent, how I went through private healthcare, etc, etc. But if you are going to plonk me on the side, I guess some of you will probably be clicking on this to see how my skin has come out of Roaccutane. So I will show you a close-up. I have got no makeup on. I should have lip balm on right now. I'm very sorry about the desert lips. And I do have a little bit of fake tan on, I can't lie to you, but fake tan doesn't cover anything. It just gives you a little tint. I should have put some on my hands. But yeah, I'm so happy with where my skin is at now. Don't get me wrong, it's still not perfect, but it's good enough for me. I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of pictures that didn't make it because A, I probably deleted them because I was so down at the time. B, a lot of the times I wouldn't even take pictures because I could just about look in the mirror. But yeah, I'm sure if you're watching this, maybe you're going through a skin journey yourself, and maybe some of you can relate. You know, when your skin's at a place where you just don't want to see anyone, don't look in the mirror, so you're unlikely to take photos. But when I did start my medication, I did try and document it. I was really good for the first couple of months. I was taking like monthly pictures for myself just to reflect and stuff, but then as it went on. But you guys have a good way to look back at my skin. You can obviously look back at old videos. I know I will makeup, but even in some of my Instagram videos, when I would do makeup videos, I saw a few not that long ago from like last October. And obviously I started a lot of my makeup videos barefaced, and that was brave of me. That was brave. But anyway, I guess I'm just gonna go through and answer as many questions as I can and help as many of you as I can. So first of all, it's not really a question, but Roaccutane is the medication I was on. Let's talk about that. So if you don't know what Roaccutane is, I will put maybe like a Google definition on the screen because I can't give you the lowdown, but it is a very, very, very strong skin medication. I'm pretty sure a lot of people say it's like the last resort, and my brother actually went on it before I did, so I'm pretty sure Joel went on it when he was like, probably went on it when he was like 15, 16. His skin was bad, so it runs in my family, bad skin. I remember my mum used to have bad skin and she had quite a lot of scarring from it, and I don't know why it runs in our family. We're pickers, squeezers. I hold my hands up. I've got some scarring, mainly like little scars on my chest. Yep, I used to get spots on my face, my chest, my back, all of it. And I saw a lot of people were like, why has she gone on that? Her skin's not even bad. I've had bad skin since I was like 10, 11. So as soon as I started my period, as soon as you start going through puberty, that's when it started for me. I feel like mine and Elle's story is very similar. She started getting spots when she was around the same age I did too, but hers kind of plateaued quite nicely, whereas mine was still like a yo-yo effect into my 20s. From the age of 11, I was on a few like doctor prescribed tablets. The only ones I can remember, because obviously we're talking like 10 years ago now, is a tablet called Tetrasol. And I know a couple of people that have been on that as well. I'm pretty sure some of my cousins did. I think it's when you've got like teenage hormone spots, so the doctors give it to you and it kind of settles. I think they're good for when you are young, because you don't want to be going on really strong tablets when you are really young and it could just be a phase. So then I was on them for a few years. I had creams, so I've wrote some down because I didn't want to forget. So I was on a cream called Duac, I was on a cream called Differin, and then once I turned 16, I went on the pill. Now the pill is obviously for contraception, but it's also, a lot of people go on the pill for skin only. It is a common thing. A lot of people do go on it because it's, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I don't know the ins and outs, but I think where it messes with your, not messes, but it changes the balance of your hormones for contraceptive reasons, it also changes them so it will show a difference in your skin. And I can't lie to you, from going on the pill, my skin was nice, I had nice skin, it was fine, but we are not, as females, made to be on the pill our whole life. So through teenage years, I had bad skin, up and down. Again, it was a lot of teenage spots, I can't lie to you, and I was hoping, fingers crossed, when I'm in my 20s, I'll have crystal clear skin. I guess that's what we all think. And yeah, went on the pill, been on a lot of pills, just because, don't get on with some. Some actually made me break out. A pill in particular called Yasmin made me break out. This is all personally for me, by the way. Test pills yourself. I know someone that loves the pill Yasmin, but for me, I couldn't wait to get off it. I had such bad breakouts. I was on a pill called Loestrin 20, which I really liked. I'm now on, I've got it here actually so I didn't forget. I'm on a pill called Brevanor, which again I really like. It is a matter of trial and error. I don't know anyone that's on the same pill as me. That's how many there are. Cut to why I went on Roaccutane. So I've been back and forth to the doctors for years. If I look on my doctor's records, oh my god, I was such an annoying person. Not even, just nothing. I was never satisfied, and I feel like we should try and get what we want out of our skin. Tried every skincare regime. Literally every single Body Shop tea tree set. Bless my granddad, love him to bits, miss him so much. He knew how much my skin got me down. I swam a lot actually. We didn't know if it was the chlorine reacting. He'd take me just on little day trips out, and we'd go in the Body Shop and he'd get one of the staff to like talk me through a skincare regime. I tried it all. So if anyone first of all jumps on me and tells me I never had bad skin, I wish that was the case. I have been through it. I have been through it, so I deserve to be at the stage I'm at now. I actually was on the pill till 2019, early 2019, and then I decided, I've been on the pill for like what, 7 years now. I feel like I need to give my body a break. This was just a mental thing, I just wanted to. So I went on the copper coil. Another story for another day. I do have a video on the vlog channel about why I went on the copper coil, how it went, blah blah blah. For me, it was not the right thing. I came off that straight away. Well, as soon as I was allowed. I think I had to have it for about 5 months before you can get it taken out. My skin, it was like the pill had masked everything, and then that was gonna be my skin, and I was heartbroken. Oh my god, I went on holiday and I just remember I was crying to Elle. It didn't help that her skin was at a peak. She even said, like, she was like, I feel bad saying this, but like my skin is unreal. And I wanted her to be happy that her skin was amazing that summer. We was in Lanza. You don't want to be wearing loads of makeup on holiday. And I just felt like, you know when you've got a Rice Krispie cake and it's got chocolate on top? I just felt like when I was putting makeup on it, it was just like a bumpy road. It just, I was not happy in my work. I didn't want to film. It got to a really bad place. So I got in touch with a girl I know who worked at La Roche-Posay. Really lucky in my job to have some good contacts. And she straight away was like, listen, I'm not gonna waste your time and send you loads of products when I don't really know what is wrong with your skin. So all I can say is go to our dermatologist that we use in Vauxhall in London. They are called Eudelo. They're called Eudelo. So I did get my consultation gifted from La Roche-Posay, but the rest I have paid every penny myself. I'll talk you through prices. And it is private, so seeing a dermatologist privately is essentially private healthcare. So I went to see a dermatologist and straight away she was like, yeah, your skin's not good. Bearing in mind you're like 20, so I was 22 last year when I saw her. She was like, you should be out of like the hormonal stage because that's like teenage phase. So she's like, it does concern me that you've had bad skin from like 11 till now, because that's too long to have the hormonal acne. So she was like, I can easily sit here and put you on tablets that you've been on in the past and just keep our fingers crossed it helps. But she was like, if you were my daughter and you'd been through this for like 11, 12 years, I would say like, let's jump, as long as you're happy to, and do the last resort, which is Roaccutane. So a lot of people go on Roaccutane because their skin is so bad. My brother's skin was so bad, he won't mind me saying that. And he went on it because like he didn't have the long period of bad skin. He just had the really bad, really quick, needed to go on Roaccutane and have a solution. Mine was over time. It was bad, it was alright. 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 But that could go on for the rest of my life. That was our fear. Because obviously you sit in your consultation and you're like, this could happen, but then this could happen. And that is the beauty of a consultation, and they really look at your skin for you. You talk through all the products you use, what you do in day to day. I was very honest, I wear a lot of makeup day to day for videos. Back then we were doing a lot more testing videos, so I was trying different makeup products, this, that, everything else. So she was like, go home and think about it, because it's not a cheap option and it's not a simple option. It's a lot and you need to think about it, and it's not 100% gonna get rid of your spots forever, but it is like a 98% rate that there is. And at the time, I've got a friend called Tate, she'd just come off it and her skin is like, oh, you know this part of your arm, how smooth it is? Her skin is like, there's no pores. You could eat your dinner off her skin. Honestly, it's unbelievable. And then on the flip side, my brother's been on Roaccutane and he still does get the odd little like breakout. So different people have different reactions, and she said some people have to go on it twice. Decided to go on it, and I'm not really doing well at answering these, am I? I feel like if I just in a nutshell tell the story and then I can go back to the questions if I've missed anything. So went home, had to think, and I was like, listen, something that stuck with me, and she was like, you could just be one of them people that on and off just has bad skin. And I was just like, I just feel like I deserve to just be able to not wear makeup and feel confident and not have to worry that if I'm off the pill for whatever reason that I'm just gonna be conscious of my skin. So obviously went home, discussed with my family, if this is something you need to do, guys, discuss with friends and family. It's a big decision. I decided to go on it. It has strong side effects. That is the main thing. That is the main worry. So when Joel was on Roaccutane, he had very bad nosebleeds. I'm just thinking of things I can remember because it was a few years ago. I think my nan more so was worried and kept a close eye on him because it can have a severe impact on your mental health. And they say the male mental health side is worse. So I think where boys aren't as like gossipy with their friends and don't open up as much, it was key to keep an eye on my brother because he is quite a at the time he was spending a lot of time on his own in his room, and he was just like and that was to do with his skin as well. He was so insecure about his skin, so it's easy to kind of just bottle up and just lock everyone out and become depressed. So I do think Joel went through a little spell of depression being on Roaccutane, and to this day I remember when I was still on it, he was like, you couldn't pay me to go back on them tablets, whereas I didn't think they were that bad. So he wouldn't go back on them. He didn't like them. He felt very, I don't think he felt ill like where you can't get out of bed, but he just always felt like he had a weight on his shoulders and there was something off. But then I have jokingly said to him before, like, would you rather the bad skin? And he's like, no, don't get me wrong, like, I'm happy now, but I wouldn't do it again. Like, he gets the odd spot, and he could go on it again and potentially get the crystal clear skin, but I think he'd rather keep it where it is now and not have to go on the meds again. A couple of people have said, how much is it? So Joel went through the NHS. If your skin is super, super bad, and if you keep nagging, I did have to end up going private. My doctor probably, well, I didn't try my luck. I thought to myself, like, my skin isn't that bad. I'm in a position where I can pay for it, and maybe someone else needs Roaccutane more from the NHS, so I was happy to go privately. So I think the consultation at Eudelo is around £500, but Elle had one and she didn't need to go on a medication like I did. At the time, she was dealing with spots on her back and her chest, and it was just like annoying her, and she just wanted to kind of get to the root of it. I do recommend 100% going to a consultation with a dermatologist, because they can like pick your skin apart for you, and you like buying Kylie Jenner's skincare line could be unreal for some people and then not work for you, because everyone's skin is different. So I think the consultation's at £500. Like I said, I think it's so worth it, even if it's them coming up with an unreal skincare regime for you and telling you to cut this out, cut that out. I'm pretty sure they said to her to cut out some dairy. So stuff like that, they'll look at your diet, and the consultation will go on as long as you wish, because it'll be as many questions as you have. So about £500, but you could leave there with all your answers. Elle left with a prescription for some meds, just some antibiotics, I'm pretty sure, and she never went back, so that was her done. So I had my consultation, which was kindly gifted by La Roche, and then I had a skincare regime made up from that, and then every single month for a year I went back, and every single month, sometimes it was 4 weeks, sometimes it was 6 weeks, I'm not sure. I could look through my bank statements and see how many times I actually went back, but let's just say around 10. And every time I went, I paid £280 for my appointment, pretty sure it's that, and then £80 for my blood test. It's not cheap at all, but it's private healthcare. We're so lucky to have the NHS, but at this time I couldn't have it for my skin because it wasn't as bad as some people are who need it more, which is fine. So in total, I think I was paying, what did I just say? Let's say like $350 every 4 to 6 weeks for my meds, for my appointment. You're paying for high, top end, high class dermatologists. You're paying for their time. Oops, camera died, sorry. So you have to get your blood drawn every appointment, and that is for just checking that your body's okay, because like I said, it's a really strong drug, so it can be quite strenuous on your liver, I want to say. So you have to have your blood test, and each appointment they're checking on your mental health, they're checking how you're doing. You're having essentially another consultation every month. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. To see if anything needs changing. They look at your skincare, if you need anything switched up, if your moisturizer's too oily, if your cleanser's too strong. They will literally do it all for you. So someone said, how come you were on the tablets for so long? So it's based on your body weight. So they'll, again, I don't know exactly how it works, but you're weighed, and then there's a certain milligram that you can have in your body, and then it's split over the months. So one thing I'd say that's really good about the private healthcare is they can kind of dictate how strong or how weak your meds are. So I started off on like 10 milligram, and then when you feel quite comfortable with that, you can go up to 20 milligram, 30, 40, and then I didn't go past 40. I know people that have gone up to 60, which can make you really, really ill. I went to Dubai. You're not supposed to be sunbathing. I say it like that because I was still able to go in the sun, but my medication was dropped. Whereas the NHS will 9 times out of 10 keep you on the same level. And if you go away, my friend Tate went to Mexico and she blistered really bad in the sun because she was on a high dose. They will kind of listen to you if you want to go up, down, whatever. If you're having a bad month, you think I've not dealt with this really well, they can bring it down slightly. But obviously the lower the dosage, the longer you're on it. I hope that makes sense. So if you're on 10 throughout, it's going to take ages. I was on 10 for a bit, then I was on 20 for a bit. In the end, I liked where I was at on 20. When you're on 40, your lips shed. That is the main side effect. Your lips are so flaky, your skin literally is so dry. But in the end, I just wanted to just get it done. So I said, I can deal with the lips. Let's do 40, let's half the time, because obviously 40 is double. So I had that 6 months left. And I was like, I want to do 40 and have 3 months left. So it depends on your weight and your dosage. Did your skin go through getting worse before it started to get better? For me, no, it didn't. I saw results literally within a couple of weeks being on Roaccutane. I'm sure some people get worse before they get better. What is the main product that made a difference? So obviously Roaccutane, but like I said, they create a skin care regime for you, and it obviously, I think it is a bit of a coincidence that La Roche-Posay sent me there, but the clinic hasn't got too much of a link with La Roche. It's not like they only use La Roche-Posay products, they use other products, but a lot of the skincare they put me on was La Roche-Posay anyway. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I literally rave about it so much, and I've never actually worked with La Roche, so it's not even like a paid thing. But their Effaclar H is the best cleanser. I will link everything in the description box. I have converted hundreds of you to use it, and like I said, it is specific for different people, but it's such a gentle cleanser that it can't do any wrong. If you've got really, really bad skin, I'm not telling you it's going to clear up your skin. Just cleanses your skin without too many fragrances. It's so lightweight, it's not foaming, it doesn't strip anything. Moisturiser I've recently just swapped, still La Roche, so I was on Effaclar H, and now I use Tolérane, just because it's a little bit more gentle. And when I was on Roaccutane, Effaclar H is a lot more thick and moisturising, and I just don't need it now. And obviously if it's too wet and oily, it can create breakouts, so I just thought I'd tone it down, go on Tolérane, which is what Elle uses too. Really nice. Is it worth the dry skin and chapped lips? Yes, definitely. You can put on lip balm loads. Obviously it's different for me because I'm on camera and stuff. There was a few nasty people that made comments on it all the time. There was a few people that were like, all she does is sit there and lick her lips. But it's fine if you are thick-skinned and you feel like you won't be being judged. Obviously if you're going on Roaccutane, you're at school and you're scared people are going to pick on you, just think, one day I'm going to be glowing and all you people are going to wish you was as pretty as me. So don't worry, honestly, it's so worth it. How does it get rid of scars? How to get rid of scars, I read that wrong. Let me tell you, Roaccutane actually almost gives you new skin. It's weird, I think because it makes you so dry, it almost sheds your skin. I had quite a few acne scars. Let me get close again. I don't have any. I don't have any, but I do have a couple on my chest. Let me see if I can show you. So I have one here. That was a beast, I remember that. That was in Berlin. So I have a couple of little scars on my chest, but my chest is still like so soft and so clear. I do just have a few scars from where I used to pick. Did the medication make you anxious? I've missed out. I do think it played with my mood swings. Everyone said I was miserable, moody. Not even miserable all the time, but like I'd snap at things a lot more. I was quite a lot more emotional. I cried quite a lot, but didn't just sit there and cry, but like I could drop a box or something and everything on the floor and I'd cry. It's almost like, you know how people say they are when they're pregnant? I assume that that's what it's like you're just over hormonal. Did you go on contraception for your skin? Right, so I've answered that. I did go on contraception for my skin, but I am gonna talk about contraception for a sec. They are so strict with you being on it with being on your pill, contraception, everything like that. So you have to prove to them. They call it double contraception, I think. So basically, You are not allowed to get pregnant on Roaccutane. It's not even in the question. And I wasn't trying, I'm not trying, but to the point where every time you go, you take a pregnancy test, as in you pee in the pot and they do it for you. And when you get there, you have to tell them what form of contraception you're on. And every time you go, you have to like update them, and they do actually sit there. It's like you're sitting down with your parents, and they're like, right, even though you're on the pill, we do suggest you use other form of contraception, and this and this, and obviously they have to cover themselves, but you can't get pregnant because the medication's so strong, it can A, kill your baby, B, cause really bad side effects when you're a baby. So that's why it's so strict on it. Obviously they don't want you to have a baby and things go horribly wrong, so they have to protect themselves and also protect you. Yeah, someone said here, just to let you know, it's not forever. I've been on it twice and potentially will have to go back on it 3 times, so it's different for everyone. I'm lucky, well, my skin is unreal now, but I'm still on the pill. There could be a day where I come off the pill and boom, we could have a problem. It's honestly just something I'm gonna have to wait and see, but I will update you and cross that bridge when I get to it. Can you drink? So, you get told by the NHS, please don't take my word for this, do your own research. This is talking from my own experience, I'm just being very transparent with you. I'm pretty sure from the NHS you're told not to drink. I asked and they said a glass of wine or 2 won't hurt nobody. Ask the question, Google it yourself. I did Google it and it does say a little, like a couple of units. I don't know the breakdown of alcohol. I don't really drink anyway, but I was away a couple times this year and I had a couple cocktails. Products that didn't work for you. Just super highly fragrant stuff. Fenty foundation. The first Fenty foundation Rihanna brought out is so bad for me. It made me, I remember the first day I used it was Christmas a couple years ago when it first came out, and I was so upset that whole week. I had the worst skin and I really liked the foundation. It was like really nice and matte, and it was just, no. I hope I've covered most things. What was your thought going through private healthcare? You get treated for what you get treated how you pay. So I think you get treated amazingly. The clinics are beautiful. You can have food and drink there if you want. But I was in London and I was paying London Dermatologist private prices. So it's one of the things, isn't it? Did you change your diet? No. That's one thing I'd say I'm really bad with. My diet isn't great. I would love to say I have 5 a day. I don't. I wouldn't even say some days I have 1 a day. But maybe that could help my skin naturally. I don't eat that great. But then I don't eat awful. I don't eat like junk food. I'm not a salad gal. I've answered most of these. They're literally just different words. Oh, any tips on blackheads and pores? So, this medication has shrunk my pores in half, and I used to get quite bad blackheads, and I don't really have any now. I saw like 1 the other day, but they're not even ones that you can get because they're almost like not real. It's really weird. And I used to get loads of blackheads here. Literally nothing. I don't have any. It shrinks your pores. It does make your skin like a bit of a mask. It's magic. Are you happy with your skin now? I am happy with my skin now. Like I said, this isn't promised, and there are days when I still have down days and I look in the mirror and if I'm pale, that's a downfall for me if I'm pale. So like I've obviously got fake tan on now. I automatically see things a lot more clear, as in if I've got a little spot and I've got pale skin, I'll see it more and I'll just be like, oh, and I'm just horrible to myself. But I'm trying to be nicer to myself. I'm just trying to be appreciative for how far I've come. It's so easy to forget how my skin was before. It's something I'm working on, and I do still get the odd spot. That's something I wanted to say as well, actually. since being off it, I've had a couple spots, and even then I go to get annoyed and I'm like, hun, you literally used to get like 30, 40, 50 at a time, and now you get one and you're about to get angry. You're about to get angry because you've got one or two. Okay, sit down, think about that, and just remind yourself that you've got to love your skin. You've got this skin forever. That's personally why I thought invest in my skin. I know it's a lot of money, but this face is my face for life, you know, so I need to get it how I want it. And yeah, I hope this video helped. If I've missed anything, please DM me, please comment below, and I'll try and reply to everyone. And yeah, like I said, if your skin is getting you down, try and do something about it, even if the first step is going to your doctor. There will be dermatologists that are a lot more affordable, not in London. That just happens to be where I go. I know if I'd probably gone a little bit more local, it would have maybe been a little bit more affordable. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I hope you are all doing well. See you soon.